I thought I would start my pantry tour in the cold storage room in the garage. The lighting in here is pretty terrible, but so this is just in my garage. It's a room that was in the house already when we moved in here. I do think that the previous owner used it for cold storage because there's a thermometer in here and it is very well insulated. Okay, so this is where I keep all of my canned food. When we go inside, I'll kind of give you an overview of what everything is. I also keep boxes of potatoes. So I have red potatoes, regular potatoes, potatoes, carrots, I think a milk crate of carrots, and then I have these apples. All of this produce has been in here since October, I believe, or the very beginning of November, and it's still doing really well. It is currently 38 degrees in here, and I keep these bags of onions, which I've had since September in here, and then this, I just keep all of my canning supplies, egg cartons, and then we have a bunch of house stuff that was left behind that's in here. Those are sunflowers drying so I can keep the seeds. And then on the shelves behind me, I have a bunch of garden stuff. So this is where I store all of my canned goods. So then in the garage we have this freezer, which obviously has ground elk, smoked turkey, elk tenderloin, elk strips, a bunch of bell peppers, and then in that grocery bag is elk roast, ground beef, elk stew meat, and then these are all eggs, turkey bones, and pig bones, and that's all stuff that we either hunted, raised, or got from a friend who raised it. And then I have another chest freezer out there full of lamb, a bunch of different cuts of lamb. So then in my house, in my kitchen, I don't really keep very much food in my actual kitchen. So this is in my laundry room, which you may be able to hear the dryer running, but this is like baking stuff, oils, vinegars, pancake mix. I have shortening. I don't use it, but I keep it just in case I run out of butter. I think there's been twice that I've had to use it. Noodles, random packs of Jell-O, and then like food storage stuff. And then in my kitchen, the only food I keep in my kitchen is this drawer, which obviously just has canned food in it. And really all it is tomato sauce, tomato paste, diced tomatoes, beans, and then soup. We don't normally buy soup, but we were all sick and none of us had it in us to cook, and so we bought a bunch of soup. Then I keep our eggs on the counter. This is usually full of potatoes, apples, and onions, which I need to restock it. And then the only other thing in our kitchen, the drawers on each side of the microwave and the drawers opposite the canned food have spices in it, and random things like coconut oil, I don't know, that kind of stuff. So that is what's in my kitchen. All right, I'm sure you have all seen pictures of this, but this is in my dining room, and this is where I keep stock of everything that is in the garage. So in here where it's warmer, I will go over and tell you guys kind of what I have all in here. This does have drawers below, and in the drawers is just tea and coffee, extra pots and pans, serving dishes, stuff like that in there. So we have apple pie filling here. This was salsa, which we're almost out of. Pear sauce, apple butter. This was stewed Mexican tomatoes, which we are out of. Apple sauce, stewed tomatoes, crabapple jelly, pears, pear butter, whole plums, plum jam, pickled green beans, which are actually from a couple years ago, and there's the last 2 jars that we have, and then candied jalapenos. Salsa verde is right here, pickled jalapenos, and these are canned chicken thighs and breasts, pickled Anaheim peppers, pepper jelly, canned elk meat, green beans, mustard sauce, relish. These are Mexican carrots, pickled garlic, and then garlic dill pickled carrots. And then all of this is just dried goods that I keep in here. And I will show you where I keep the extras of my dried goods, because I do have those in a separate spot too. So this is nothing fancy, and it is in my husband's office. So this is just extra spices, olive oil, vinegar, beans, sauces, popcorn, kernels, noodles, and then down here, which is usually a lot more full, but since we're doing the pantry challenge, I've used up quite a bit, but these are like extra flours, rice, baking soda, barley, salt, that kind of stuff. And like I said, it's really nothing fancy, but I know all my extra kitchen stuff is in here, so this is where I come check. And when I do run out of something, I try to buy double, so like that's why we have all this mustard. So if I run out of mustard, instead of buying one when I go, I'll buy like 2 or 3. That way it's an easy, affordable way to stock up on stuff a little bit at a time without spending a ton of money. So that is our pantry. It's usually a little more full, but we are doing the pantry challenge, and so it has been getting emptied. Come like the end of summer, it'll all be super full of produce and stuff again. And then in our freezer in the house, we do keep we have goat meat in there, and then some bones, beef bones for making broth, and then I have a lot of frozen jars of like chicken stock, applesauce that I didn't want to can, yogurt. All of our frozen vegetables and fruits are in the house, and then in our fridge really we don't have much. There's some vegetables, butter, milk, all of our sauces obviously, and then any canned food that gets open. But mostly what stays in our fridge is open canned food, dairy, and condiments, and then like lettuce and cucumbers. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment box. If there's anything else you would like to see as far as pantry goes, or clarification, just let me know. Thank you for watching.